Drum roll. I am so elated because it's our 100th episode on Barby's Diary. Before this video, we have short content and posted 99 content, guys. 99 content. Can you believe that? I am so happy that today we are recording our 100th content for Barby's Diary. And I just thought to make it extra special because I have been the one talking. I said, you know what, for this 100th episode, why not do something different? Let's hear from the viewers. What are the questions you have concerning relocation and settling in, which you think I have not touched on? Before we continue, I want to give a disclaimer. Two disclaimers, actually. The first being that I am not an immigration consultant, I'm not an immigration agent. I do not represent myself to you guys as one. And so everything I have shared on this channel are personal opinion, personal journey, and you can do with the information what you want to, right? Sorry, I'm looking down because I have all the questions you guys have asked. I have it here on this device. The second is not really a disclaimer per se. So I have mentioned that I have been part of a lot of groups. I have always advocated for networking from your home country even before you land in Canada. And a number of people have, both in the comment section and in my DMs, they have sent me or requested I add them to some groups. I am not an admin of any of these groups, so I have to still speak with the admin, forward your numbers. And some people have outrightly told me that this group is specifically for people that are already in Canada. So with that in mind, I am not able to add some of the numbers that are not in Canada. Now, for others, they have told me there's a waiting list or that the group is full. But just know that I'm doing all I can. I will try as much as possible to add you to this group. So I'm sorry if you have sent me a DM. I'm not ignoring you. It is just what it is. I will keep trying. So without wasting much time, let's dive right into the questions. I put out Ask Me Anything on Instagram, on my Facebook page, on my YouTube, and I got a number of questions. I must really say that I did not get as much question as I expected. And that just shows me, if I'm going to blow my own trumpet, that I have been doing a good job of educating you guys, right? So clap for me. I didn't get a lot of questions, but the questions I got, they were just brilliant questions. I'll try not to mention names, but I'm sure if you're the one that asked the question, you would know that I answered your question. In no particular order, the first one I can see here is, hello Barby, which area will you say are pretty safe and family friendly for new immigrants to settle in Edmonton? That's a very beautiful question. So this was something that was equally very important to us when we were planning to come in, because a young family of 2 adults and 2 kids that were less than 5 at the time. So we really wanted a family oriented area. And excuse me, in as much as I cannot say categorically all the areas that are terrible, I will tell you that for safe and family friendly environment, I will just tell you to avoid downtown. Downtown, as we all know, you have all the business locations there, and because of that, that place is prone to different kind of people coming around and all of that. So look for look for residential areas that are just residents alone. And that's basically what we also went for. You have to consider days where you have to walk alone at night. If you need to be caught out late, you do not want to be in harm's way. So avoid those kind of areas so that you are not always on the edge. For most locations, for most provinces, downtown is not as safe as other residential areas. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so somebody else asked, oh, same person. So are you currently working in your desired career stroke field? And what was the process like applying for and getting your current job? Okay, so this is an entire video that I would, literally break down for you guys. But just to answer it so it doesn't feel like I did not answer it, I would say yes. So like you all know, I'm a lawyer. And as a lawyer, with my years of experience and my diversification in the legal space, I've been able to be many things at different times. I have always done corporate law. And by the grace of God, that is still what is putting food on my table now. So yes, I am still in my career space. What was the process like applying for and getting your current job? Okay, so what's the process for getting job? As with every place you find yourself, you submit applications, you go for interviews, you write exams if you have to, and if you are the successful candidate, you get called, and just the regular process that anybody would do. But you, of course, there needs to be consistency in your application, so you need to keep applying. You will get so many no's. Trust me, one day light will shine on you, the grace of God will locate you, and it will be your turn. So you have to write targeted uh resume and send that in along with cover letter, because cover letter is big here. Watch out, I'm going to shoot an entire video on my job search, how I got my job, everything that you guys need to know. You guys are not even ready for that content. Oh, she also said it's always a joy watching your vlogs. Well done and wishing you all the best. Thank you so much. I do not want to mention you. I don't know if you, because I did not seek people's permission to mention their name, but you know yourself. Thank you so much. All the best. Mwah. Thank you. Okay, so someone said she sent me a message to my DM. Yes, I said if you could not send me, if you did not want to send your questions to the comment section, you could as well send it to me via DM. And somebody sent that. I will look at that just before we conclude on this video. Okay, so someone else asked the question. I don't want this video to be long, guys. Someone else asked the question. Hello, Barby. Lovely vlogs all the way. Thank you so much. My question is, how has motherhood changed you? And what do you love most about your husband and being married? Oh my gosh. Okay, so this question looks like it's a general family question. I really wanted relocation and settling in Canada questions, but I'm going to make an exception and answer this in line with motherhood in Canada and settling in Canada. So, how has motherhood changed me? When I was in Nigeria, I was not so hands on. I really could not do as much as I would have wanted to do. So, for instance, it was not always I could help with assignments or, check what they were wearing or what they were taking to school, because I was out of the house as early as 6 a.m. in the morning. It became worse when I had to leave Lagos to go to Abuja to work just before we relocated. So it was difficult to be hands on. But here in Canada, these kids are literally in your face all the time. All the things I've not been able to do before, I'm happy to do them now. And so that in that way, motherhood has changed for me. But what do you love most about your husband, about being married? I think the best thing I've enjoyed, which is not surprising, but which has increased in leaps and bounds, is how hands-on he is. He's always been hands-on with the kids. But I expected that would be the same level when we get here, but he has literally even upped the game and he does so much, and I'm grateful for that. Okay, so someone else says, congratulations, Barbie, thank you so much. My question is, how did you handle transfer of your finances from Nigeria to Canada, and did you travel with any cash? Okay, nice, very beautiful. I said that you guys asked the best questions. As at the time we were in Nigeria, we were saving in dollars, so even when we make the money in naira, we're quick to sell in naira and then save in dollars. So we also had some savings in naira as well. But towards the last month, we had to sell all of this naira. We bought at black market rates. We bought off people. And then when we came to Canada, our family friend was able to help us change from USD to Canadian dollars. The straightforward answer is yes, we saved in naira and then we saved in USD. And when we came here, we just bought cards with the USD. I mean, it's easier to just change your USD to Canadian dollars, and that was what we did. Did we travel with any cash? Yes, we traveled with less than 10,000 USD in cash. So how were you able to take care of expenses before you opened your Canadian bank account? I think that was one of the first things we did after getting our social insurance number, was to get our Canadian bank account, right? And then our friend Vanny was able to help us change our USD to Canadian dollars, and then that was credited into our account. Okay, guys, it felt like I was so far away from you. So let's continue. And the last part of our question is about living in Canada. She says, I see a lot of people doing bottled water. Is the tap water not safe to drink? The tap water, to the best of my knowledge, at least for Edmonton, is safe enough for you to drink. You just need to get a filter if you feel more comfortable that way. So if you get a filter, you're good to drink from the tap. If not, you can just drink directly from the tap and you're fine. We drink directly from the tap, but I honestly still want to get a filter. Another question says, if you had to consider relocating again, would you do so after knowing all that it entails? If we had to consider relocating again, with all I know, I most certainly will even do it earlier than I did it now. Okay, I know God's timing is the best, but just to let you know that yes, we would do it again if we had to. It's worth it. So I hope that answers your question. And then there's a second part to the question. Let's see what you have there. The second part of the question says, okay, and if Nigeria is better, would you come back and give your reasons? Okay, so if Nigeria gets better tomorrow, are we going to leave Canada and go back to Nigeria tomorrow? No. That's a straightforward answer. No. And this is because it is so unsettling to move here, move here, move here, move here. It takes a lot of things to settle down. It's stressful to settle down. And then if you're just settling in and then Nigeria gets better and you say, oh, you know what, Nigeria is better, let's go back. When do you now finally settle down as a family? So at what point do we now start living our lives, right? So for the most part, we are settled here by the grace of God. I mean, Nigeria is still home. We have ties there. We pray Nigeria gets better for those that are still in Nigeria. And even for us that are outside, this is also home for us as well. So, okay, give reason. I think I've given reason. It will be so unsettling to do so. And we need to start making concrete plans. You know, we need to start being futuristic in our planning. So we have to start now. We cannot waste any more time. This is not a question. This is what's it called? Congratulatory message. Most of the people sending congratulations are based on our 2,000 subscribers. So this person says, yay, congratulations, Barby. Thank you so much. You're actually an inspiration to me, and the tips you have been sharing on your channel has been really helpful. Well done, Barbara. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sending that in. I really do appreciate it. Someone else says, hi, sis. Please, do you have a sure agent for Canada, for Canadian relocation? Okay, so I'm getting this question about sure agents for relocation. We did not come in through an agent. Yeah, if you want me to recommend somebody to you, then you have to come to my DM and I'll be happy to help you with that. I am not an immigration agent. I do not work for immigration. And so this is someone else's question. He or she says, hi, Barbara, please, I would like to ask if I have to declare every penny in my account upon entry to Canada or just my proof of funds. If the officer requests, CBSA officer, if they request for your proof of fund, of course you need to show that to them. But if they do not, if you're coming in with more than $10,000, you need to also declare at the port of entry. But if you're coming with less than that, then if nobody asks for it, you just come in. Second question is, the money to be declared, should it be in cash or account statement? It can either be cash or in your bank statement. So if you're coming in with the cash, you need to declare the amount if it's your proof of fund. Okay. So another question is, tell us about your December to January winter experience. Okay, so I think when I spoke about my struggles as a new immigrant in Canada, one of the things I struggled with was settling in winter. By the grace of God, early December, we got a car, and once we had a car, best believe that our struggle reduced by half. So we didn't have to wait at the bus stop for buses. We didn't have to deal with late arrival of buses. We didn't have to deal with the cold at the bus stops. We didn't have to deal with the children screaming that they were so cold and freezing. And then I was working from home as well. So I really did not have the day-to-day experience of going out in the snow. The long and short of it is the winter experience was manageable because we now got a car. We had to get even more solid jackets. So we also changed our jackets so that we have the Canadian standard jackets. Got snow boots for the kids and for ourselves. We got the kids snow pants. So we just literally refined our wardrobe to suit the weather. And yeah, I think that helped a great deal. Another question says, while I know that finances is a private and sensitive issue, so if you know, why are you asking? Okay. However, I am wondering if you can throw more light on you and your hub's finance since your arrival. With most countries where people relocate to, one person's salary can only do so much. So you most likely will see that husband and wife have to work, that to be able to foot the bills in the house. If one person's income is able to carry the load, please enjoy. But if you both need to collaborate to meet up your expenses as well as to make future plans to have investments, then it means that both of you have to do that. So in our own case, we have sat down and we have looked at where we are, where we want to be, and what we intend to achieve on this journey. And we have seen that we need collaboration to make all of that work. And that's exactly what we're doing, both with our immediate expenses, with our investments, as well as future plans. We're just, working together to make everything work. Some of the dynamics that we were used to in Nigeria has changed, obviously, because the terrain is different, the culture is different, everything is different. So you have to work with what you have. And that has also changed our expense line. And everything here is on a monthly basis. I need to factor all of that into how much is coming into the house in a month. How do we disburse all of these monies to meet up these expenses? So somebody said, how do you guys handle smoke detector when frying stew? When I saw this question, I laughed at first. Okay, so for this particular one, smoke detector when frying stew, I mean, it's still a frying now, so why should the smoke detector go off? But I've noticed that sometimes when I'm frying fish, and I say sometimes because it seems like I'm getting a hang of what I should be doing. So for fish, when the oil is really hot and I throw in my fish, almost the next second the whole smoke detector is slamming, and I have to now to open the windows and open the doors just so that the air will go out and then we get fresh air, and that silences the smoke detector. So with frying stew, I've never had the smoke detector go off. So what I do is, if I want to fry fish now, I try to make sure that the oil is not so hot. I just let it to be hot enough to, you know, to for the fish not to soak oil. So I just do that. And then I also ensure that I open up the windows, open the door so that fresh air can come in. That's the second question is, secondly, do toilets have heaters? Do you mean water heater? Yes. The washroom has I think it should be an inbuilt heater, because I do not see the heater anywhere. The only thing the washroom has that I can see is the vents. Yes. But the both the wash hand basin as well as the bath itself runs both hot and cold water, as well as the shower. Guys, in this country, I've not dated cold water. Even to wash plates, I don't use cold water to wash plates because the water coming out of the tap is freezing. Yes, that's a shocker for me. It's freezing. So I use warm water to wash plates. Okay, so another question is, okay, hello Barby, really helpful video. Please, what are the things that we are not allowed to bring into Canada? They're not allowed to bring dairy products. They're not allowed to bring meat, milk, I believe, but if they are children's milk, then I think you're allowed. But generally milk, so meat, so live animals, so you're not allowed to bring live snail, or what are those other live or fresh fish that are alive. All of those you're not allowed to bring. You're not allowed to bring, I think, seeds. Yeah, you're not allowed to bring some seed. Maybe you want to come and start planting ugu leaf here or something. You're not allowed to do that. You're not chicken, your Indomie chicken, you're not allowed to bring that. They have them here. I think because of bird flu at some time, they had to stop all of those kind of things from coming in. So sharp objects. I think IRCC has a long list of things they're not allowed to bring. It's on their website. So please do well to read through that list as well. So somebody asked another question about the kind of nylon I used to pack my things to bring to Canada. So I used the regular Ziploc, but what else I did was I sellotaped the Ziploc, and that's why it looked like the nylons were really strong No, they were your regular Ziploc from Nigeria. What I just did was I bought sellotapes, and if I pack in Gary, for instance, inside the biggest Ziploc bag, I would sellotape everything again from top to bottom. And so that made the nylon strong. Even if something would is to pierce through that nylon, it would not get to the Gary and it will not spill. Even though they were tossed and turned in the airport, in the aircraft, nothing happened to them. That's the same thing with my smoked fish. I have an entire bag in the fridge that I have not touched. It's still in Ziploc. I have sellotaped it round. It's still that way. One, it will not smell. Two, it will not scatter. Three, it's not going to spill into your other things. I did the same for my hair products. I put all of that into Ziploc bags and they did not spill out of the bag. So I did not have a messy bag. Everything was exactly how I packed it because after using Ziploc, I still sellotaped round every part of the bag. I will sellotape every part of that Ziploc. So let's see if there's any other question. I already feel like this video is long. Okay, can the job of one partner foot the bill? And well, depends on the partner's job. If the partner is working a minimum wage job, you should be able to foot the bill. But it depends on what your bills are. So the question is not a straightforward answer. So you will determine what suits your budget and you work with that. So nobody's looking at you, and for everything there's dignity. All right, so I think I've been able to go through all of the questions. I'm just hoping that I did not miss out on any question, but I doubt that I did. I hope you enjoyed watching this Q&A. We should do this more often. Thank you so much for coming along with us to post 100. It's such a milestone for me. Some of you may not know, but I also used to have a blog. I used to write a lot of articles on different life issues, and this was long before I started YouTube. And so, yes, I have over 100 published articles as well on my blog. So if you're someone that loves to read, please feel free to go and read all of the many things I have written on this on Barby's Diary. So Barby's Diary actually started as a blog, and now it has metamorphosed into a YouTube channel. And yet again, we have hit the 100 video mark, and that's a big achievement for me. And I'm so happy that you have been part of this journey. Thank you so much for sticking around with me. Please look forward to our other content. I have so much coming up, so much. I can literally brag about it because I have shot these videos. I think 2 or 3 of them that I believe will be so useful to a number of people on this channel. So keep an eye for those videos. And as always, I would keep bringing to you every content that I believe would be useful to you and would, help you make that decision on how you want to relocate or things you want to do when you land in Canada. And if you have more video suggestions for us, please let me know in the comment section. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and share. Don't hold this video to your chest. Ensure that you're sharing it with the people that you believe this video will be useful to. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Bye. Oh, yes, Sophia. Oh.